Hey friend, what's up? I'm Mariah and welcome back to my channel. I'm 30 years old and I film reading, finance, and soon to be coding and snowboarding videos. But today's video will be a budgeting video for the month of April. So let's get started. So first things first, when I look at March, if you can see here, I was way over, which is to be expected. I went on a trip that started in March and ended in April. And so I put all of those travel expenses on March, even though ideally I would have spread it out proportional to the number of days in each month. But that definitely pushed me over. And you can see here for travel, I budgeted $1,000. I really had no idea what the cost of various things was going to be at the time of budgeting it. And then it ended up being about $2,400. But I think I might have a Venmo transaction that needs to be added that would lower that. But either way, I am way over for the month of March. And I will say I don't have any debt. As a disclaimer, I budget $2,500 a month because I'm trying to simulate retirement. And so my income is more than $2,500 a month, so I still can pay off everything in full. But I do have to make that disclaimer. I'm not encouraging consumer debt in this regard. Apart from that, it was funny looking at some of these numbers, like all these zeros, because at first I was like, did those transactions not come in? But they did come in, I didn't have anything against them. And so YouTube, these numbers look okay. Moving out, I think it's just gonna be more expensive than anticipated. I ended up having to get a moving truck to move the sofa from my parents' house to my friend Emmy's house that I'll be moving into. And that was a surprise expense. But other than that, everything else is pretty reasonable or under what was expected. And I'm happy to see that restaurant was actually at lower than the $425, which I know $425 for a single person is a lot, but groceries, I was debating whether or not to buy groceries for April because I don't know if I will, so I don't know if I'll budget for it, but we'll see. But overall, March was over by $1,800. One thing that I'll be tracking moving forward is how much did I spend in general, and then how much did I spend subtracting all the travel expenses. Because I'm starting to realize that maybe my $2,500 a month budget is good for my living expenses, but it won't cover all of the travel that I enjoy doing. And so that is something I'm okay with. I definitely will have to adjust my retirement numbers, but we'll see at the end of the year how much I spent on travel and how much over my $30,000 annual spend it is. So you can see if I subtract travel, then I'm actually under by $700, which is pretty good. I will say that in retirement, hopefully I don't have any type of rent or mortgage. And so this money would go towards either a health premium or towards property taxes or whatever. And so having $700 wiggle room plus this other almost $700, that's pretty good. So I am good with March. Now moving towards April, let's delete all of these so we can do them together. In general, I should say that with my budget, in general, these are in order of priority, but as the year goes on, I add on different line items. So some of the line items that have been added, or pretty much all of these have been added after the year started. And so rent ideally would be higher, but in general, these are in order of priority. So when I'm thinking of my budget, first thing is my tithe. I do 10%, and then I do support friends in ministry, and that comes out to be another like 7 or 8%, and then retirement. So that would be my top 3, but my tithe and ministry support and retirement are all based off my current income, which when I'm retired, my tithe and ministry support will be based off of my income at that time, which I anticipate being lower than my current income. And so for that reason, I'm not including it in this budget. And then my IRA as well, hopefully in retirement, not hopefully, but I think in retirement, I won't be contributing to an IRA. Maybe I will if I have extra income, I don't know, maybe, but it doesn't really make sense to me to add retirement to retirement. I really don't know what people do in retirement, if they still add to their retirement accounts. So because of at that point in retirement, these numbers will be very different than what they are right now. So the next thing is my financial advisor, and we'll have a whole video about this because this is the whole thing. But basically it used to be $100 a month and they're now charging $500, not a month, but every quarter. So it's 166% increase because I did the math. But I have decided to stay, and that hurts my soul because it feels like a lot of money. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's $500. They charge it every quarter. So April 1st, that money has already left my account. So we'll put $500 for that. So next is Robinhood. Robinhood, I contribute $5 every single week. And I think this is more a posture of the heart to just remind me to continually be investing. $5 is not going to push the needle. And it's in my Robinhood account, and I don't include Robinhood when I count how much do I have saved for retirement. I think Robinhood money might end up being used for something random in the future, but I'm not considering that. I don't have the retirement mindset for those funds. But I think it pulls every Wednesday, and there are 5 Wednesdays in April, so that would be $20. And then restaurant, TBD. Last month, $400 and whatever, $14 or so. Restaurant can fluctuate, and so I will, even though it's a priority, I will do it last based off of other things. I guess it's not a priority. And then restaurant for travel. I don't anticipate any travels for April, still TBD, maybe May. I'm debating whether or not to go back to Utah before the season ends. So we'll see, but I'll put 100 for now. We could decrease that. Groceries, I think I'll buy, Pop-Tarts, Eggo waffles. I ran out of popsicles today. Maybe some spaghetti and meatballs. So maybe $50. And then grocery travel, we'll just say 0 because I did 100 for the other one. And then travel, flights, everything. In April, I will say, so like I said, some of my travel was in April. And so I do have to pay for parking. Well, I already paid for parking, and that was in April. And so I believe that was $66. I think it's $11 a day. So I think it was $66 or $60. So I'll put 70. And then car, I need to get my car serviced. I'm 5,000 miles over when I was supposed to get it serviced. So it'll be 10,000 miles since the last service. So I'll put $250, a little something extra. Gas, 100. Parking, maybe next week I'll go downtown, maybe. So 1, 2, 3, if I go every Thursday, that would be, I think it's $6, so $18 plus a little, so maybe put 30. Gym is like 40.54. That's what that transaction is already. I am debating whether to cancel. We'll see. Facials and self-care. So now, I know last month I said I was gonna get a massage. I did not end up getting a massage, which I think was good, and I'm glad I was $700 under, excluding travel. I think this month, I just went to the dermatologist yesterday, and basically they said no facials and anything like that until they're done with their treatments. And so I will not be doing facials. Self-care, a massage would be great, especially after snowboarding. I think it would be great. So maybe we might do 100 this month, and as a treat for being under last month. Entertainment, again, I don't know what this is for. I already went through this budget and I put 50. I don't know why. I'm sure there was something. So we'll put 50 again. That one we skip. And then shopping, I did just purchase like 5 dresses for Easter, and I plan to return hopefully 4 of them. Bought them from Amazon. Blah. So I think each one was like 40 or so. I think one of them was 20. So I might, depending on which one, I bought multiple sizes. That's why it's 5. Multiple sizes of different dresses. I might have bought 6. I can't remember. But I think that 50 would be good. And then actually 50 might be a little low. We might do like 80 or 70 because I do want to buy that dress, and then I would like to buy another layer for snowboarding. I was supposed to buy it last month, but then didn't end up doing it, and I want to do it before the season ends, especially if they have sales on the website. And so I have credit at Moose Jaw, and so I want to buy something there before I forget the credit or if it disappears, I'm not sure. Gift, there is a bridal shower in 2 weeks. Not sure if I'm going, but 50, usually I spend maybe 50 to 100. I might be feeling generous that day and do 100, we'll see. Hobby, knitting, I still need to finish my scarf before I buy anything for knitting. Snowboarding, Perfect North is closed, so no hobby snowboarding. Any snowboarding remaining would be travel. Hobby YouTube, I'm debating whether to buy some Motion VFX packs. I'm not sure if I will. There are 2 that I'm interested in, but I don't think I need them right now. I think they're 100 each. So maybe 120 with tax and everything if I buy one. Or maybe it should be a treat if I consistently post for till like July 1st, then I could buy it. We'll see. Other, you know, I have 200 listed here. Again, I do not remember why. Oh, I do know, Secret Church. Oh, I also wrote in here, it says it says RRG, which is Red River Gorge. So I think April 22nd, I'll be going to Red River Gorge with some friends. And so paying for like gas, food. I don't know if we're gonna do like kayaking or something there. So that's what the $50 is for. And then 200 for Secret Church. So Secret Church, I will leave a link below, but basically it's an opportunity to have an extended period of time to sit under preaching and teaching through the Bible. This year they're going through the book of Jonah and praying for Iran. And so I'm planning to host that with my friend Emmy at the house that I'm moving into. Hopefully I've moved in before then, but regardless, we'll be providing food for everyone. So that $200 is for food and to subsidize the cost of Secret Church, because it is, I think, $16 if you buy a pack of 25 tickets or so. So, which is not huge, but I don't like money ever being a stumbling block for people, even though it kind of has to be sometimes. Other travel, you know, we'll just put 0 because probably no travel. And then 2023 goals, 0, travel, 0. My birthday, that one really should be removed, but I think maybe I should save over the course of a year, make it a sinking fund, maybe. And then moving out, we'll come back to that. I need to buy more. I need to buy paint. I only have my primer right now. I need to buy paint and probably another 1 or 2 more trays and potentially another roller. So 100, hopefully that's everything. And then rent is $675. And that has already been paid. So what's remaining? We're $25 over. But if I don't travel, $25 over. I think I can do without the YouTube stuff, definitely for April, based off my plans for the April April videos. I don't know. Maybe I'll do, because I think they are 100, so plus tax would be like 110. We'll do 110 if I bought one. And then the other one, where else could I lower? $15. Travel, yeah. Travel, restaurants. I think all of my transactions have come through. We can check here for the trip, and if that's the case, because I got back on the 4th. No, I came back on, the 4th. I think I did it through the 1st, so I'm not sure. 100 might be fine, might be what I need, because there were a couple of other transactions, I believe. Where else could I pull from? Restaurant, groceries, travel. I mean, maybe my car. That's the only other thing that's not. Yeah, maybe we'll make this 225 to 34.46, so it's 0. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. So that's a $2,500 month budget. Rent and utilities, food. I don't have any food money. Oh my goodness. Well, what should I do? What should I do? I could forego the massage for sure. That's 0. And then put 100 for food. I think I've already spent $75. Let me think. Maybe $45. So hopefully my car is not $234. If it's a regular and nothing is wrong and needs replacing, then it could definitely be under 100. But I'm afraid something might be wrong. The car just like jerks when I first start it. So it's like, I don't know if a belt needs to be tightened and it doesn't catch and then it like goes. But should I tell them? Should I not? I think this budget might just be blown. We'll see. A plan to fail. Well, no plan is a plan to fail, but a plan to fail is still a plan. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. $100 on food, $150 on food and groceries. It's not a lot for someone who just spent $400 plus on just restaurants. But c'est la vie. So I am feeling a lot better about this template that I have and that I'm building out. I started putting in all of the transactions on one page, which I think I like more. I definitely have some things that I want to add. For example, like being able to filter to a month or between a date range, I think would be great. And then also putting in income and being able to filter that. And then putting in some sort of month by month tracker of spending, which could help with future months and doing like an average or something. And seeing it over the course of a year will be helpful. But this is all great so far. And then, yeah, keeping track of net worth and savings rates are definitely top priority. But that is my budget for April of 2023. And if you're interested in seeing what are my financial goals for 2023, that video will be here. And here's a video that YouTube recommends just for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.